You know, fake news is one of the many excuses Democrats have been using for their candidates' loss. Facebook is now vowing to crack down on the practice and is doing so thanks to big bucks from the likes of George Soros, a big funder of the Democratic Party. But here's the thing. Fake news, actually in reality, it's not that big a deal. In fact, the Daily Caller took a look at some of these fake news sites, and they actually get very little, if any, traction. The site denverguardian.com, it actually does the best, and it ranked nearly 92,000 in web traffic. In other words, people go to 91,000 other sites before they go to this fake one. The Patriot News Agency, another one that's fake, it ranks nearly 185,000 and has a total of 113 likes, a whopping 113 on Facebook. There's one called msnbc.com.co. That's another fake one. It's ranked nearly 550,000. Again, people go to 500,000 or more sites before they go to that one. So real news sites, just to keep it all in perspective, a site like foxnews.com is in the top 100. So the point being here, no one goes to these fake sites. So how is it that they are getting blamed for Hillary Clinton's loss? I want to ask the president of Media Research Center, Brent Bozell. Brent, good to see you. Is this just another ploy here by the tech community, the entertainment community, to censor conservatives? What is this all about, going after fake news on Facebook?
Which I think is serious. First of all, it had nothing to do with the election. That's just, Tuesday's excuse for Hillary Clinton not winning. No, this is serious because this is the fairness doctrine that had the attack on talk radio all over again, but this time it's on conservatives. Look, fake news exists. It is the story of the Pope endorsing Donald Trump. These are these clickbait organizations. You click on there so that they can sell you a product. That is fake news. That needs to be exposed, and that needs to be flushed down the toilet. But that's not a huge issue. If that's all we were talking about, fine. What they are talking about is going after conservative organizations and conservative thought because it's quote-unquote fake news. You're already seeing reporters join this. MSNBC tried it this morning on me. You now have left-wing organizations influencing the advertising community with some of these fact-checking organizations. They have put Breitbart on the list. They have put my organization, Newsbusters, on the list. So this is censorship. This is serious business, and these left-wingers need to be exposed. I hate to say it, this goes all the way up to President Obama, who's been using this language.
Yeah, they've been talking about this fake news there in the White House, and they've been citing it as well as being such a problem. It seems to me kind of obvious, Brent. When something comes up, you almost can tell just by looking at it that it's fake. Isn't there sort of also a consumer beware element to this? I mean, you don't need to click on something that clearly, obviously, doesn't look right.
If that's what fake news was, then George Soros wouldn't be putting money into it. That's exactly the pointers. That is not what they're after. They're after conservative organizations and labeling it fake news. Just like George Soros and company underwrote the fairness doctrine several years ago, trying to put pressure to get conservatives off talk radio. This is all this is about. It is going after conservative thought on the internet and banning it by somehow projecting it as being false.
Yeah, and giving that power,
will be one of them.
Giving that power to the likes of ABC or the Washington Post, that they somehow can sanction it as, correct news or news that's right as opposed to fake news. So a lot of concerns about this.
This goes right to you.
Well, hey, look, I've seen it.
I've seen Fox News.
I've seen it. In fact, one of our guests, Jan Morgan, who's been a frequent visitor of this program, she posted a video, Brent, in which she was talking about how she did not want to see an increase in Syrian refugees coming to this country. And she actually got shut down on Facebook. We did a story on it, and they later, turned it around. But my goodness, I mean, you see the propensity for this kind of thing to happen. I agree, Brent. It does go right to me, and it goes to you. Now, it's my understanding you have had some conversations or you're in discussion with Mark Zuckerberg to express this concern to him?
Yes, I have been. And look, people have accused me of being too, deferential to him, but I don't think I am being. I think that he has expressed an interest at the top at Facebook to go after fake news, not to go after policy. And he he told me he has been absolutely insistent on this. I take him for his word. But if we see Facebook do this, then we're going to have something to say big time.
Yeah, and certainly those eyebrows get raised when you see the likes of George Soros in there. Anyway, good to see you, Brent. As always, thank you so much, sir.